In this video, we'll make the simple tire in AutoCAD 3D. So let's start with the top view and we'll select this axis and ellipse. So select it now, click at a point and then the end point of the axis and make an ellipse of random height. Now go to the line tool and make a line that passes through the ellipse like this and press enter again. Now we need to trim that portion of the ellipse. For that, select trim, press enter and click here. Now press enter again and delete this line. We don't need it now. Now we'll add one more spline on the end of this ellipse. So select it and now create a spline shape, which I'm creating right now. So you don't need to be very precise here. You can create it according to your own requirement, but this will create the profile of our tire. So now select it and join it into a single unit. But before that, we can make this a central axis. And now select the complete geometry, type J and press enter to join it into a single unit. Now when you select this spline, you'll notice that we have this sharp corner, which we can remove by selecting it, hovering cursor and then removing the vertex from the contextual menu. Now let's manipulate this profile in order to remove the very sharp turns here. We don't need it. And now we can trim this portion of the profile. For that, select trim tool, press enter and click here. We don't need it for now, and we can make a mirror image of the remaining portion. So select mirror, select this profile, press enter and select this as the mirroring line and press enter again. Now join both of these geometries using the join tool so that it is a single unit. And now go to the offset tool, select the through command from the command line and click on this point and add a thickness. Now go to the line tool and close these gaps. We don't need it now. So select both of these endpoints and make a completely closed geometry and remove this line. It is also not required. Now we can join it into a single unit. For that, select the complete geometry and type J and press enter to join it into a single unit. Now you can save the drawing in order to avoid any accidental loss of data. And now go to the draw panel and select the arc tool. Now make sure object snap is turned off and click at a point and then turn it on and track the midpoint. If it is not visible, you can turn it off and you can select a random point which is close to the center and now make an arc something like this. This arc is completely inside the profile which I have made. So now go to the arc tool and select this object snap option and track this point and make another arc which is almost parallel to the existing arc. Well, now go to the line tool, click on this endpoint and now pass it through arc. Oops, we don't need it to be connected to that endpoint, so we can turn off the object snap and now make it of this shape. And repeat the process for the other end of the arc as well. So go to line tool, turn on object snap, click on this endpoint and turn it off and make it of this shape and press enter. Now we can remove all the extra edges by selecting the trim tool. So select trim, press enter and remove all of these extra edges which are not required. And we can join all of these geometries into a single unit using join tool. So type J and press enter and here we have it. Now we can hide the geometry which we have created initially. So before that, we'll make the axis and this will be the axis of rotation. Now we'll make two layers and we'll add all the objects which we are making on these layers. So first select this one, go to the layer and add it on the layer 1 and turn it off as well. So let's now select this geometry which we have made and revolve it. So I'll select revolve tool, select the geometry, press enter, turn on object snap, select the axis and press enter. So here we have it, the 3D geometry. Now we need to make threads on this tire. We can also change the visual style to see it more clearly, and before making threads we need to move the UCS as well. So right now you can see the UCS is at the center, so in order to move it, go to the UCS and select this origin option and move it completely upwards. And now you can turn off this grid also, go to the top view, and now using the arc or other geometries we can make the threads. So I'll start with the arc tool, turn off the object snap and click at any point here in the drawing area, and now make an arc which is similar to the one which I am making. And now go to the offset tool, select through, click on this arc and make its offset. Now go to the line tool and turn on object snap, click on this endpoint and make a completely vertical line. And also select the line tool again and join these two endpoints. Now we need to trim the extra portion, so select trim tool, press enter and remove these geometries. We can remove this portion by deleting it, so select and erase it. Now select line tool again, zoom into this area and join it in this way and remove this extra portion. So select trim, press enter and remove these two geometries, these are not required. Now we can join it into a single unit, so select and J and press enter. Now it is joined and we can create a mirror image of this object. So select it, expand the modify panel, select mirror, click at the center point and make a mirror image here and move to the southwest isometric view. Now we can extrude these two solids. So for extruding, select it and give it a height. Now go to polar array, select both of these objects, press enter and select the axis. And in axis, select this one which we have already made. And now in number of objects, enter 28 and here we have it. The object. Now select the subtract tool and click this center of the tire. Don't select any of the arrayed objects, and now press enter and select these arrayed objects carefully and press enter. Now select the subtract tool again, click on this tire, press enter and select the remaining objects. While making the array, make sure that it is not associative, and if it is associative, if you are not able to subtract it, then select the arrayed objects, then type X on command line and press enter to explode them, and then use the subtract option again. Now go to the rectangle and make a groove at the center. So I'll select the rectangle and make a groove just at the center of this tire. And let's click here. And now we will extrude this rectangle. So go to southwest isometric view, go to the extrude command, select this rectangle and extrude it all the way downwards. Now go to the subtract tool, select the tire, press enter and select this rectangle and press enter again. Now save it again. And now we have this. Now we can move this geometry on the another layer, or the second layer which we have created. So let's now select it and this drop down and select the layer 2, and we can also bring back the hidden layer. So let's go to the layer drop down and click on the light bulb icon here to bring back the hidden object. Now we'll once again revolve it. So go to this flyout, select the revolve tool, select this geometry and then select the axis and press enter to revolve it to an angle of 360 degrees. Let's orbit this geometry to see the profile of our tire, and now we can bring back all the hidden geometries to see them. So go to layer drop down and bring all those geometries back in the drawing area. You can also change the color of this layer to see all the components more clearly, and here we have it, the tire with its treads as per requirement. You can change it to shaded view to see it more clearly if you want.